Hi guys, so I'm going to show you how to do your own brows, a tinting and a shaping at home, especially for moms if you can't always nip out to go to a salon to get your brows done. This is a really easy way to just look groomed and finished, and to tide you over until you can next pop into salon for a proper shaping and tinting. So it's really easy to do. You need to have a few goodies on hand. I'll link below the products that I'm using here today, but you could find lots of different products on the market to tint and shape your brows. So yeah, basically I've been using the DELIA, not sure if you can see that like that, the DELIA eyebrow and eyelash tint. I've selected a dark brown color. Then it comes with, in its kits, the little cream activator, which contains hydrogen peroxide, so at a 7% volume. So those are the two products you need to create your tinting mixture. I'm then going to be using a little bit of like petroleum jelly, just to basically outline the brows and make sure that the tint doesn't stick to any of the fine hairs. And then we've got just little cotton buds, which I'll use to tidy up the application once done. A little mixing bowl, this comes with the kit as well, and then just a small little bristle brush. It looks sort of like a mascara brush almost. So let's get started. It's really quick and easy. So I usually start with the tinting first. That will then define the brows, and it makes cleaning and tidying up a lot easier. It will tint the lighter brow hair as well, so it's easy for you to see those and tweeze them away. So I hope this video helps and that you guys enjoy tinting your own brows at home. It saves a ton of time and also saves you a few bucks. Okay guys, so I'm just going to apply now. I'm going to add into the little mixing bowl. So I've done quite a good dollop in there. If I had to relate it to a size, I'd say slightly bigger than a pea-sized amount. You're then going to add your activation drops to the tint. So I usually work on a 1:1 ratio. So once that's been added, you've got your cream developer in the tint bowl as well, and now you're going to just give that a good mixing, and you want to make sure that it's blended all the way through, so nice even blend. And obviously the cream developer is what's going to activate the pigment in the tint, so you need to make sure that you give it a good mix. So I'm happy with that. You'll see it's nice and blended. So I'm now just going to apply a small amount of petroleum jelly to the areas that I don't want the tint to sit at. Go. So basically up here, just above the brow, I put a fine line of the petroleum jelly, and just under the arch as well. And then a little bit just at the end of your brow. I mean, you've got quite a bit of fine hair usually here, so if you haven't been for threading in a while, so just make sure you don't put some petroleum jelly on and you won't end up tinting that downy hair. Okay, done. Right, so I now go ahead and apply the mixture to my eyebrow. So I start right in the center, and I work carefully coating all the hairs and brushing the tint through. So you want to make sure you brush right through, and you can even brush in the opposite direction to the hair growth to make sure that you're tinting the hairs on both sort of angles. Go all the way down, and then you want to make sure you're getting the hair at the top as well. Remember, you've got your petroleum jelly there, so it won't take too much. Looks pretty messy now, but we'll neaten up in a sec. And just make sure you've used enough tint as well, that you've coated the hairs. Okay, so that's your first one. I'm now going to use a cotton bud and just neaten up the application. Okay, so I've done one brow now. You're going to repeat the same procedure on the opposite side, and then you're going to give the brows, it depends on your skin, it depends on your hair and how quickly the tint takes, but I would usually recommend, I would like quite a darker brow, so I'm going to leave the tint on for about 4 to 5 minutes. If you're someone with a fairer skin and fairer hair, I would say test a little bit, but probably start off with 2 minutes, and you can always remove a patch and reapply tint if you want it to be darker. It is slightly more difficult to remove the tint once you have left it on for too long and you think it's too dark for you, but also remember it's not a permanent thing, so it does fade after a couple of facial washes, and you can always exfoliate if you want a less dark effect. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other brow application now, and then I'll show you guys the before and after. Okay guys, so I've got Cookie Monster brows. The application is done. I'm going to give them, like I said, about 4 to 5 minutes. So I'm going to quickly go down, make a cup of tea, and then I'll be back upstairs to remove. I do leave a little bit of the tint. I don't rinse out my pots completely until I've actually done a removal, in case I want to leave it a little bit longer or there are any patches I need to touch up. So leave your tint as is, and then set your timer, and I'll check back in with you when it's time to remove. Okay guys, so my timer's gone off and I'm ready now to remove my eyebrow tint. I've just taken a few wet cotton pads and wet them and squeezed out most of the water. So it's nice and easy just to lift the tint, as it's probably dried a little bit on our eyebrows. Right, so just a nice firm motion. You're going to remove the tint nicely. You'll see we've got a nice dark effect on my brow hair, and we haven't tinted or stained the skin, which is great. Okay. And just make sure you get into this little area, those little fine hairs. So please excuse my slightly red eyes. I have not been sleeping as much because of my baby. So we have lots of early mornings, but totally worth it, and nothing some eye drops cannot fix. It's always so weird whenever you're working on eyebrows or eyelashes, your mouth tends to open up. Maybe that's just me. There we go, guys. So once you're done with your tinting application and the removal, it's great just to have a nice clean piece of paper towel on hand, and you can just dab away. You can use a Kleenex if you like. I just like the paper towel, it's super absorbent. So just a little dab, any drops that have formed, and there you have it. You've got great defined tinted brows. You can now go on to shaping your brows using whichever method you usually use. I usually tweeze, and then I will refine the look with a facial trimmer. The general rule of thumb is where your iris is on sort of the outer, so this part of your iris, if you would look dead center, you want the arch of your eyebrow to be on the lateral side of the iris, and that should align perfectly. So that's what you're going for. Once you've got a shape in place, it's pretty easy to maintain, so it might be worthwhile going into a salon, getting them to shape your brows once, and then you can maintain it for a couple of weeks and just pop in again for a good clean up and refresh, maybe every 3 to 4 months, saving you time and saving you money. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the eyebrow tinting video and that it comes in handy. I will link the products down below, and hopefully you can go ahead and order those and do this yourself at home. For busy moms, it's a great time saver, and you just feel really groomed, and everything looks better when your brows are sorted. Your makeup application looks more seamless, and your face face is framed. It's a really important part about looking groomed and taken care of. So I hope you have a great day, guys, and hope to catch you on the next video. Give it a thumbs up, this video, if you liked it, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you follow along for more motherhood and lifestyle videos.